الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد. All praise belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for granting us the opportunity to come to His house. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept our ibadah, forgive our shortcomings. We ask Allah to grant us the khair of this day and protect us from all types of evil. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent every single person, and especially every single believer, into this world to grant him the opportunity to carry out the ahkam of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When we are amongst the people who are fulfilling the orders of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then our life becomes secure for us, and the life becomes secure for every single one of people around us. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He grants us success of this world and in the life of hereafter. In order to do that, the ahkam, there are of two types, do's and don'ts. Things that you have been ordered by Allah to do and things that you have been ordered by Allah not to do. As we were going through the series of the major sins, things that are destructive, that one is sufficient to destroy every single action that a person has done, and it will be a failure for him on the day of judgment, which the Prophet ﷺ describes them as al-muhlikat, the destructive actions that destroy the ability of a person from inside and from outside. One of the things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordered the believers to do is to fulfill and help those who are in need, and especially when it comes to those who are orphaned. Allah Azza wa Jal mentions in the Quran, وَآتُوا الْيَتَامَى أَمْوَالَهُمْ وَلَا تَتَبَدَّلُوا الْخَبِيثَ بِالطَّيِّبِ وَلَا تَأْكُلُوا أَمْوَالَهُمْ إِلَىٰ أَمْوَالِكُمْ إِنَّهُ كَانَ حُوبًا كَبِيرًا. That when it comes to orphan, make sure you deliver them the best way possible. And do not eat the wealth of an orphan. Why? Because those who eat the wealth of an orphan, they have put haram into their mouth, and they have put haram into their stomach, and on the day of judgment, they will have a severe punishment. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ يَأْكُلُونَ أَمْوَالَ الْيَتَامَى ظُلْمًا إِنَّمَا يَأْكُلُونَ فِي بُطُونِهِمْ نَارًا وَسَيَصْلَوْنَ سَعِيرًا. Now, this hukum of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala of taking care of orphans and not to take away their wealth, it is based on this believer's betterment in this life and in the life of hereafter. If you see in this world today, how many people have taken the money of how many individuals unjustly and with dhulm. And especially when those people who are vulnerable, they are very weak and they are not able to stand up for their rights. We see an opportunity looking into the person who doesn't have a very strong support. And then we go and do transaction with them, try to take more of their money and to flourish and to make our business flourish. All of this action, and this is something that shaitan motivates, because money is a fitna for everybody. Money, al-mal, the Prophet ﷺ said that فَإِنَّ فِتْنَةَ أُمَّتِي, my nation's fitna, their trial is wealth. Whenever a person sees money, he sees a dollar sign in his mind, he sees a dollar sign in his eyes, and now, no matter what happens, I want to take more of it for myself. And when a person develops that habit, when he develops that understanding, then he does not look at from which source he is gaining his money. When it comes to the matter of those who are orphan, and if you are dealing with it any capacity, either you have homes that you are giving rental upon those who are orphans, or you are dealing with them by selling a car to them, or doing any type of business, when it comes to the matters of widows and orphan, you have to have a very heavier hand. Meaning, it is better to give them more then rather than taking more from them. Because this is the dealing that you're not dealing with them. This is the dealing that you're dealing with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is that dealing that you are dealing with Allah Azza wa Jal. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has says, even if you take this much amount, which doesn't belong to you, from an orphan, then you have put yourself into a pit of hell. Then you have taken yourself and you have decided to destroy your wealth. And it doesn't matter, no matter how big of an empire that you have made for yourself. A person thinks, oh, mashallah, I have earned millions and millions, and even if I was to die, my 3 generations or 7 generations after that will have enough money. It doesn't work like this, my brothers and sisters. The money that you have, that a person is being proud of today, it only takes one night, 1 second for that to be destroyed when it comes to the decision of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah Azza wa Jal gives us that example in Surah Al-Qalam, that these people, their father was very generous, helping the poor, helping the needy. إِنَّا بَلَوْنَاهُمْ كَمَا بَلَوْنَا أَصْحَابَ الْجَنَّةِ إِذْ أَقْسَمُوا لَيَصْرِمُنَّهَا مُصْبِحِينَ وَلَا يَسْتَثْنُونَ فَطَافَ عَلَيْهَا طَائِفٌ مِّن رَبِّكَ وَهُمْ نَائِمُونَ فَأَصْبَحَتْ كَالصَّرِيمِ فَتَنَادَوْا مُصْبِحِينَ. Allah is saying, we tested the people like the people of Garden, whose father was very generous, helping the needy, helping the poor. And they decided not to help them, not to assist them. And they had a very nice orchard at night. When they woke up in the morning, the entire thing was destroyed and they were on streets. And this is the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So don't ever be, we should never be in that understanding, and then never be thinking ourselves that no, this is not going to happen to us. This is an opportunity, a business venture, to go and try, because this person doesn't have anybody to back him. He has no financial strength. This person does not have any other backing that will support him. So I can take money as much as I want and make my business. But we have to be very careful, because over here we're dealing with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this is what the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, أَنَا وَكَافِلُ الْيَتِيمِ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ هَكَذَا, that myself and the person who takes care of orphans in this world, they will be like this on the Day of Judgment, meaning they will be very close, meaning the Prophet ﷺ and the person who takes care of orphan, this individual will be very close to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam on the Day of Judgment, and even in Jannah. And this is the promise of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we have, as we deal with people, because the entire system of supporting orphan came after the Battle of Uhud, when you had a lot of martyrs in the Muslim community, and the children were left orphan, the wives were left widow. Allah Azza wa Jal brought these ahkam to create a support system. And this is a support system that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, forget about your business in this world. Forget about trying to make money. Go and help and assist people. This is the best business that you can do. We ask Allah to grant us the understanding and the ability to practice. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. جزاكم الله خيرا سبحان الله وبحمده سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك ونشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.